I reach up high like there's something there, but I'm just searching for the unknown.
Schoolboy, we're just... What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Big Bang Theory After Show here at theStream.tv. Oh my God, I can't even speak. It's coitus came, everybody. Coitus came.
Yes, it did.
We're going to talk about this here with, as usual, I'm Adam Kruger, and this is Tia Robinson. And in for Lexi tonight, we have my better half, Charisse Bangs. Holy moly, guys. Shamey's no longer in virgin territory. And yet they are in virgin territory because they've never been there before.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so harp thing, sheep thing, wild thing.
Wild.
That's our
love
first
that.
topic of tonight.
Yeah.
And let's talk about this. So the boys are getting tickets for Star Wars. We have, I think we have an asset that we can even show. There it is. You see the guys all getting ready to...
Because they almost missed out.
They did, right?
But they did get their tickets.
What,
so.
First of all, I'm showing my colors too. I've got the Millennium Falcon
seeing it
Star Wars
tomorrow.
shirt. I can't wait, and I'm here, so it's not happening today.
Not tonight.
But what do we think? First of all, what do we think about Sheldon? And what do you guys think about Sheldon getting down on his knees and praying? I thought it was very apropos.
Yeah. The first thought for me was his mom would be so happy because
Right.
she's like so Jesus. Crazy.
Exactly. But in true fashion, Sheldon gets right down to the end. They finally get their tickets, and he then dismisses
Gets out
the
of it.
Lord at that point.
Yes.
It was funny. I love that opening scene. That was really great.
And in true Sheldon fashion, he does it too, which was nice.
Yeah.
And then of course, the guys basically tell Sheldon, hey, you know, it's also Amy's birthday. Don't you think maybe you should spend it with her?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, to be fair, I got the tickets when we were broken up.
Luckily, Penny is there at that point to say, well, you know, now you're with her. Shouldn't you show her how much you care for her? And he would pretty much go. He would go to Star Wars. I mean,
Yeah,
He was
going
It just
to.
totally goes
Yeah,
over his
no,
head.
yeah.
He has no idea, you know, that, oh, duh, you should be with your girlfriend.
Right.
Right.
Which, I mean, and we've talked about the evolution of Sheldon before, and he's, you know, as we all know, he's new to this. So, of course, he's thinking Star Wars. He's not thinking Amy.
no.
But he comes around, which is nice. And so, of course,
He has a dilemma.
he does.
Yes. So.
And one of our favorite people ever comes to visit the show.
Yay, Bob
Prof-
Newhart.
Yeah, Professor Proton. So I love how he comes to him in the dream. What do you guys think? What did you think of that scene?
Oh, it's great. I mean, he is a fabulous guest star. I love having Bob Newhart on, and he plays it so well. This is so much fun with Professor Proton, and I love that he still comes back in the Jedi robes, of course, because that's how Sheldon sees him as his mentor. And I think it's just a lot of fun, and their interaction is so great. So I
Yeah,
enjoyed
I think
it.
for me, I've watched this show for such a long time, and the two of them together are just so much fun. And
Yeah.
he's such a great character that I loved it. I loved how he was in throughout the whole episode.
Yeah.
Little backstory for those of you who are you know, wondering about all this. Charisse and I obviously are married, and we've binge watched every single episode.
Yes.
So as much as I'm a fan, so is she, and she knows everything about the show too. So okay, so let's talk about how he calls Amy in the middle of the night, and see we've got a nice little photo right there.
Yes.
And you can see the look on her face because she has no idea what's going on. She's literally been woken up in the middle of a deep sleep. She's completely clueless, and Sheldon's muttering stuff about Star Wars, her birthday, and
Right.
then the line of, were you actually planning on not spending my birthday with me? Let's discuss that for a second.
Yeah, because that's a real problem. But that's, you know, totally Sheldon. And I have to say this season, he's just grown so much. So he's like, I got to get off the phone now. Bye-bye.
Right, like he actually realized that was a bad thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and that he needed to like hang up the phone immediately
Exactly.
before he got into more trouble.
Exactly.
So in past episodes, I feel like he would have
would've
gone
kept going.
over his head. Yeah,
Exactly.
He'd be like, yeah, I'm going to Star Wars. What are you talking about? But he's learned his lesson. Men, learn your lesson.
Especially when the woman gets taken away from you, it's like
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're like, okay, what am I going to do? I need to keep this girl.
And they just got back together.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
and
good
even
for
in
him.
Sheldon's way, you know, he's not quite totally all there when it comes to the social skills.
Right.
So he's really growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun to see. I have to say, it's fun to see. I was like, okay, dude, I'm with you, man. You're making it happen. It was great.
And he gave up Star Wars for Amy. That's huge.
That's huge.
That's
It's-
huge.
I mean, that is as big as it gets.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Sheldon, it definitely.
Yeah, it literally is. Well, I mean, I think it got much bigger as the episode went on. But hey,
What are you
let's.
talking about there?
I went gutter wise. Lexi's not here. Someone had to do it.
Yeah, right.
We miss you, Lexi. So of course, Sheldon then goes to talk to Bernadette and Penny. And this is where our whole harp thing, sheep thing, wild thing kicks in. My favorite moment was when he says the third option. He's like, well, I could, we can have coitus. And Penny just goes, and the glass explodes. What did you guys think of that?
I loved it.
Yeah, just the fact that he goes to them, which is great for advice, and that he has that option. Like he has that third option. The first two you're kind of like, well, are you really going to play with the Philharmonic? Are you really going to send her away to a sheep camp?
Sheep camp.
And then coitus is the last one, and I think it just took them all by surprise.
Well, because
Yeah.
the two first options were very Sheldon.
Right.
Exactly. I knew the third was coming though, because this show is like comedy gold.
Yeah.
It's like I knew it. I'm like the third is going to be coitus, and it was awesome, and her reaction was amazing. Well, both of them, but Penny specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. My one thought, which I don't know what you guys thought, but as soon as the glass exploded, I'm like, did she cut herself? Is she bleeding? That's where my mind went. I'm like, oh no, she just shattered a glass. Is she bleeding? We need stitches. But
Yes.
no, of course.
And we all know comedy.
Comedy doesn't go there.
Exactly. We just move on from that point.
Yeah.
My head immediately went to, oh no, breakaway glass. It's okay.
Yeah.
Because that's my crazy mind.
If this was Grey's Anatomy, maybe.
So at the end of this whole first little section, coitus is coming. We know it's happening. Let's move on to I don't think I can walk right now, because I thought there were so many fun little parallels between both storylines that were happening tonight.
Yes.
They really kind of mirrored
Yeah.
each other in a way that you would not think. And I mean, guys, do you think that? I mean, how the writers did these mental
writers are
gymnastics,
brilliant.
right?
Brilliant. Like
Yeah.
just the back and forth between the guys at the theater and Shamey, and their experiences paralleling each other. I mean, I just think that was comedy, like you said,
Genius.
gold. It was
Yeah.
just like it was so well done. It was done so so gracefully, and it just was really well done. And I think the writers deserve all that credit. Like just the way they did it, it was just so great. Because we all felt a little awkward, I think, going through the Shamey motions and not really
Yes.
knowing what they were gonna do, and then. Just the way they went back and forth, it made it so much better.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it really was.
So let's break it down point by point. Okay, so Amy decides to get ready after Bernie and Penny tell her what's going to happen. I think we actually have a photo Steven's going to put up there. Yeah, of them telling her when she finally just like
That
crumbles
was
and sits.
so great.
And she's so excited. And I mean, look, I think this is a moment that had to happen. But did any of you guys at home, and did either of you think that maybe it would have been kind of cool to see Amy find out through Sheldon only and not through the girls? Or do we think it's better that she was prepped in advance?
No, I really like the way that they did it with the girls. I think it was brilliant, because she would have been, I mean, she was already nervous when
Right.
she knew, but if she wouldn't have known, I mean, they could have done a whole episode about that
Right.
too. But I just love the way that they revealed it.
I think as a girl,
You wanna know.
We have this like, we don't, especially your first time, and she's been waiting so long for this, that the girls tried to prep her for it without her knowing about it. It was so great. And then when she did find out the fact that then she was like, yes, let's go get a bikini wax, because she's never been in this, she's never had to do this before. So the fact that she's ready for it makes it probably a little less scary for her when she gets there.
And I think it made it even less awkward than it might have been, because that was awkward
Right.
enough. And with Amy knowing, at least she was able to kind of lead the way instead of having them sign contracts. Because Sheldon would have done that. But
Yes.
we're skipping ahead. So of course, what we've said that we love the parallels between the movie theater and the coitus non-interruptus. For this time, because it happened. And so, of course, we have the boys at the movie theater, and I know we have an asset of Will Wheaton coming in
Of course.
in his Spockified ears and everything. and he gets booed, and then you actually see it right there with the thumbs down. Everyone's upset and pissed off because it's the wrong movie. Guys, did anyone else see like a nice little parallel between Will Wheaton showing up as Spock and the potential for Sheldon to ruin the night? Did anyone see that parallel?
I did. I was worried a little bit because, he's grown so much this season, and they could have pulled back, because this was the moment, and I thought maybe, I don't know. So I did see the parallel.
I didn't at first until you pointed out, but I think that was the start of the parallel with Will coming in and being, dressed in Star Trek, which I am a Trekkie. I am going to see Star Wars tomorrow.
Go
but
Hey, you can like both.
Wear
It's
your
okay.
Star Trek shirt.
Exactly.
Just do it.
I think that was definitely a good way to start off. That it could go wrong with Shamie as well, with Sheldon not knowing, but he seemed really relaxed.
Yeah.
I felt like he was. I mean, Amy was nervous, but he seemed to be very like, we're gonna do this.
He
and
was
it's gonna
ready.
be all right. I mean, Professor Proton probably helped a little bit with that, but
And also, like, his character, it's once he makes a decision,
That's true.
It's very hard for him to waver from something. It's
That's
like
true.
very type A. It's like, I'm sticking with this, and no matter what, either I like it or not, I'm doing
yeah,
it.
that's very true.
You know a little bit about living with Type A personalities.
I do. Geez.
So-
I don't know where they're going with that.
I'm that way. I'm very Sheldon-esque
And
in
I
my
love
decision.
you.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. So of course, we have so let's talk the parallels. We've got Amy ready on the couch, and I know we have an asset of that. Yeah, there we go. There she is. I mean, this was one of my favorite
was
moments
great.
because she's finally ready for it and she's excited.
Yeah.
And this is also paralleled with, we don't have the photo of it, but just imagine the guys sitting at the movie theater in anxious anticipation of, in the same way. They're kind of, it's almost like sex
Like
to them
they've
as
waited
well.
their whole 2 years
Right.
to see this.
Yeah. And Mayim Bialik is just, I love her. I love her as Amy Farrah Fowler. I think she is just, she's brilliant in this role, and I love all of her little nuances and little quirks that she does. I think she brings
she's flawless.
such a great energy to the show. So it was fun to see her get ready for this night.
Yes.
And it was the best because she was so ready, and then it was like the door, the chain was locked, and it was like, okay.
Yeah,
love
she has
it.
to- she has
It's
to-
just, this episode was flawless.
It was amazing on every level. And then of course, again, I for some reason I feel like I have to draw these parallels. So Sheldon gives Amy flowers, and we have that also. And you can almost tie that into like Will Wheaton sitting down and then kind of talking to the guys about the movie and how it's just a movie, whether it's awful or amazing, your life is going to be great.
Right.
And I kind of almost want to say that that's like the flowers for Amy, where Sheldon's basically saying, listen, like, I love you, no matter what, we're doing this, even if tonight sucks. We're still gonna come out on the other end closer.
Yeah.
You know. So maybe I don't know. What do you guys?
The
What do you guys
gestures,
think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a great parallel. I didn't think about it.
I
that
didn't think
way,
about
but-
it that way either, but yeah, I mean.
It's kind of just dawning on me as I'm looking at all the all the
Right.
photos, and I'm thinking about these things, and I'm going, they really did draw, like, it was so beautifully written. I really, again, kudos to the writers. I mean, you guys,
Amazing.
Yeah.
we bow.
Yeah.
And now
Really
you just
great.
saw the top of my head. Great. So then, okay, so let's move forward to Amy and Sheldon on the couch talking. This was, we have a
is
photo of
great.
this, and this is where we're talking about all the contracts, right? Do you guys, was anyone surprised that Sheldon wanted to go print up a contract online?
No, I think he was also stalling a little bit because he had planned to take her to dinner, and then I don't know what the plan was after that, but the fact that she already knew, then he was kind of like, oh, okay, well, let's just get it
Like,
rolling now.
I
Okay.
have to change my plans a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
let me get comfortable with
Right.
this. And then my favorite thing was when, they were doing the whole innuendo with with the way they were talking.
give it to-
between each
Give,
other.
oh yeah, before I give it to you, when she wanted the
Give it to
presents
me?
first.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That was it was fantastic, and again we went back and forth between the scenes, and so I think we have a photo actually of the guys at the movie theater in anxious anticipation, and then that's Will Wheaton basically just saying, guys, relax, it's just a movie, and it's the same sort of thing for Shamie in that, guys, relax, it's I know it's the first time and whatever, but relax, it's okay, it's gonna be all right, no matter
Right.
what, you guys are good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a really fun little thing, and then of course back to Amy and Sheldon in bed together. I mean, guys, okay, wait, I'm gonna wait until we can actually. This was a very tender moment, actually.
I know.
Wasn't it sweet?
It
He's
was
just been really great
sweet.
with her and just his emotions and showing his emotions and letting her know that that they could find out together, that even though she was nervous and scared, that they could go through it together as a couple. And I think that was beautiful, like the way that he's just kind of grown in that boyfriend way.
It's bringing out the sweeter side of Sheldon.
It totally is.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's also, I mean, it's like Joni Mitchell said, you know, you don't know what you got till it's gone. And
true.
so I think Sheldon finally realized that. He's grown up, I mean, in leaps and bounds this year. It's insane. And I have to say, I mean, I don't know if anyone at home squirmed in their seats while watching the two of them try to navigate this whole situation.
We were squirming.
But that was awkward,
yeah,
right?
that was a little bit.
It was awkward.
Because we've all been waiting for it too. So
It's like a build-up for us as the audience, you know?
Yeah. So I was like, I know everyone in there at home is probably like,
Is this actually going to happen? Like, how's
this
this
is a
going to
little
go?
weird. How's this going to work?
Yeah.
And, you know, feeling it out. But they did a great job.
Yeah, they did.
They really did. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it was fun to see the change in Amy where she's so ready for it. She's like a vixen on the couch, and then you see her in bed and she's like shaking and she's nervous. And I really thought they really skirted the lines of reality and comedy in this episode. I mean, it was honestly flawless, I want to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a great group of people between the writers and the actors and just everything.
Just it was beautiful. I mean, I know we're totally just going, this was amazing, but it was
well,
fantastic.
we're super fans. What are we going to do? I know.
So everything came out all right.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're live. So just remember to, you know, hit us on the live YouTube chat. You can send in your questions, comments. What did you guys think of the episode? Let me know if you guys saw any of the parallels that we've been talking about, or if there were any that we missed, because I would love to talk about those. You can tweet at us using the hashtag BigBangAS, and we will respond. We'll check those out. And so don't forget to do that. We're going to go to our last topic before we toss to commercial. So let's talk about It Was Amazing. So this was like the last thing with Professor Proton. He comes back. Sorry, Arthur. We've been calling him Arthur instead. And so he asks Sheldon how it went. And of course, Sheldon, instead of talking about sex, talks about
Star Wars.
I have to say, I knew that that's what he was going to be talking about. I mean, didn't you guys?
Actually, I wasn't sure.
Really?
I thought maybe because he was like, you know, I don't need anything right now. Why are you here?
Yeah.
When he said he was curious, I was like, oh, because he had the discussion with him about, you know, what to do and how to handle it, and so I really didn't see that coming. I was like, oh, okay. And then when it did come, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, of course.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
So I love that. And honestly, in true Sheldon fashion, I mean, of course he's going to talk about it. And then he says, how was it for Amy? And he's like, well, she likes it too. She liked it. She enjoyed it. But, you know, she's not too much into the movies. It doesn't have the history of the franchise that I do. So
I wanted to see her reaction, like with Penny and Bernadette. Like that would have been awesome just to see
what
like
happened.
A moment there.
Yeah.
You know, like one little tag. That would have been awesome.
That would have been good.
That would have been really good. And there was actually one parallel that I forgot to talk about between them, which was actually the comment line of the last topic, which was afterwards when Raj says, I don't think I can walk now. After that, and then of course Amy with her hair all messed up.
Right. The parallels of
she wasn't going anywhere.
Of Sheldon saying that I enjoyed that more than I thought I would, and then Will saying it. And
I forgot
sort of
about all that.
Like the smiles that they had, that Shamie had at,
Priceless.
you know, at the end.
Yeah.
It was like that was everything. That was just like, okay,
Yeah.
they're really together now, and it was just it was just great how they went back and forth, and the guys were really happy with it. They
with the movie.
were spent after the movie, just like
completely.
Shamie. So yeah.
Yeah, and then of course at the end, Sheldon says, you know, I look forward to doing this again next year on your birthday. And I'm like, dude, really?
And she was okay with
Yeah,
it
she
because
was.
honestly, she's like, hey, he's going to do it again. That's what matters, not how frequently, but he'll do it again.
She's like, I'm good with that.
Yeah. I mean, for someone that had waited that long, it's like, once a year, that's good.
Well, it's definitely an improvement.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So Sheldon will be Sheldon. Guys, we're going to take a quick little commercial break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will have your YouTube comments and tweets. We're going to talk about those. So last chance to throw in those live YouTube comments. We're going to address them, maybe feature you on the show. And we'll be right back.
Yay.
Bye. See you in a minute.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
How did we not figure it out?
We had a crazy vampire threesome, and you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like,
How did you get here?
No. Look at me. I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes. He is quite something.
we're like, inseparable.
She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it wasn't.
Come on.
You just went to a totally different direction on that.
When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
You just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just his big head.
You know, you can't count anything out.
It's been another awesome night at theStream.tv,
always
guys.
awesome.
Thank you for joining us, you guys.
Yes.
We love you.
Welcome back, guys, to the coitus episode
So
of the Big Bang
good.
Theory After Show. Cool. I hope you guys, we've been checking out your live YouTube comments. We love them, and we're going to talk about YouTube in just a second. But first, we're going to talk to you guys about our live Twitter comments with Tia's going to handle Twitter right now. So let's do it.
Hi guys! Thanks again for joining us on Twitter. We have a few people who've used the hashtag Big Bang AS. I talk a little fast sometimes, sorry. So at MFinale1, she says, this episode covered the nerd and relationship base as well. Both aspects of the show featured. That was a great, we said that as well. We love the fact that it was, that they had that parallel going. Great that you caught on to that as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for using Big Bang oh my gosh. Big Bang AS. Good Lord.
Thanks for hashtagging us.
You're still excited from the coitus.
I
think.
am.
I
Yeah.
think that's
Just
what it is.
I just can't get a hold of myself.
She's in the
Yeah.
post-coitus glow. It's the
All right,
afterglow.
let's go on to the next one.
Yes.
So we have at Joe Steiger. Hi, Joe. Thanks again for joining us. He says, but at Will W., so Will Wheaton, does really not like Star Wars. What do you guys think? Do you think he doesn't like Star Wars? Is he just a Trekkie?
I think he does. I think he was just trying to be, fun.
Yeah, to have a little fun with the
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
With everybody in the
Yeah,
audience.
he's still.
What do you think?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think, yes, we have Trekkies and we have Star Wars fans, but I think in the end, we are nerds in general and just
And you
we
love
like it all.
I'm with you on
So,
that one.
yeah.
I'm with you. I like both of them for different reasons.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know.
Okay, and shout out to at Brian P _ the OG. Big Bang Theory, hilarious episode. Great how you parallel the Star Wars movie with Shamey's first time. Okay.
Hey.
This Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I love the fact The Force Awakens
Yes.
goes really well with this episode as
sure
well.
does.
So yeah, I love the fact that they decided to do this right before Star Wars came out, and I think it was the perfect way to have the winter finale. Have the show go out. So
Not
Agreed.
surprising, yeah.
we have at Lisa. I'm going to say Lissa MD 78. Big Bang Theory was amazing, very tasteful and sweet. Which, we agreed with it as well. It was kind of hard to see how it was going to go. A little awkward, but I think the way they did the parallel with the Star Wars, that it ended up being very tasteful.
I think it was a home run.
Yeah.
Home run episode.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And last, we have Joe Steiger again. Last one.
We
Will
love you, Joe.
Amy find out about the ring? When will she find out about the ring? Because she still doesn't know.
That's a very good
and
point.
like Penny knows. I mean, Penny knows. So how does Amy not know yet?
That's
You
a
know it's
good,
coming.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
question, Joe. I think it's going to happen. And now it's going to happen in a way that's going to be kind of like, I think that can cause some issues because I think
Yeah.
now maybe Sheldon's going to be, they're just going to get married at some point.
I feel like something big's going to go down for the season finale.
Yep.
So that might
Yeah.
have something to do with that ring.
So
with
leading
you.
up for
Yeah.
in the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. So guys, thank you so much for joining us on Twitter, and please use the hashtag BigBangAS and tweet at us all week. We will be going on hiatus, but we'll check and comment back to you guys. So thanks again.
Yeah, we'll be back on January 7th. But before we go, let's do a couple of YouTube comments. We have, Sharice is going to handle them this week.
Mary Miller. She says, I feel like Amy totally deserves this intimate moment because the fact that the lack of intimacy is why they broke up in the first place.
Yeah.
And we hit on that tonight. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, definitely I think Sheldon realized what he was missing and he wanted to give it to her.
Yeah.
And he gave it to her.
Yeah, she didn't even realize it was coming. Like, she didn't feel like it was
Too
going
many
to.
innuendos.
Sorry, I didn't,
She didn't know that it was going to go this way for her birthday, and I think it surprised her. But Sheldon does know that he has to step up to the plate if he wants to keep her. So.
Oh, he hit a home run. I can't help myself.
We don't need Lexi, do we, guys?
Not in this episode.
We do miss
you guys always need Lexi. I know what
we
you're
need Lexi.
I also had one from Daniel Moultrie. I hope I'm saying your last name right. Do y'all think Sheldon and Amy will end up having a baby?
Oh,
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You never know.
I
Maybe
think,
in another 30 years it's
Yeah,
possible with
I think-
Sheldon's evolution.
I think with their heightened awareness of things and the fact that they are both so smart, they've taken the precautions necessary for this night to happen and not have repercussions.
Definitely.
And I think if they, I think they're gonna wait a little bit for the baby to come. Maybe that's the series finale or something,
Yeah,
So,
or maybe in the next episode he's gonna have an actual contract for her to sign.
but yeah.
That means no babies for a very long time. Yeah, I gotta say I'm totally anti-baby on, and I'm not anti-baby.
Oh my
I
gosh,
have.
they'd have a cute.
No.
nerd
Okay.
baby.
All right. Hold your horses. Hold your horses on cute nerd babies.
Sorry.
Because Sheldon is nowhere near ready to be a daddy, and there is no way he is going to be ready for. That's not going to happen. Like I won't.
His mom could help.
That's
That's a whole new.
We're gonna fight about this on the way home. But no.
She's campaigning for it.
I think what we'll see by the end of the series is maybe Bernadette pregnant, but I don't think we're gonna see a baby on the show. That my opinion.
Yeah, well,
Do we have any other YouTube comments we want to touch on?
No, I kind of.
Okay, all right. Well, guys, thank you for chatting with us. We shouted out Joe. Good, we love you. We love you all. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe right now so you don't miss an episode. Tweet at us all week long, and for the next 2 weeks we'll be on hiatus. But Big Bang AS is the hashtag, and be sure to tune in. Let us know your questions, comments. What do you guys think is going to happen when we come back? Do you think possibly maybe Sheldon might be open to coitus more often than once a year on Amy's birthday? Let's see. We'll find out. We'll be back January 7th. We'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
For more of the Big Bang After Show,
Click that button and subscribe to
theStream.tv.